So let's start off this morning in a child's pose. So we're going to take our knees as wide as the mat pretty much, and then you're going to take your big toes together and just rest your bum down onto your heels. And then take your arms out in front of you and drop the forehead down onto the mat. And you guys are going to stay down, and I'm just going to lift my head up so you can hear me properly. And in this really nice grounding, restorative position, just allow yourself to settle, allow yourself to kind of turn the gaze inwards. Eyes softly closed, and start to tune into the breath. And you might notice at this time in the morning that your breath is feeling a little bit short and sharp. So just give it a few moments and be really gentle with yourself to start to deepen the breath. Nice big breaths in and out through the nose. Beautiful. Try and breathe in and all the way up to the top. And breathe out and all the way to the bottom. So you're really expanding and increasing the capacity of your breath. Good, and then feel this sense of heaviness through your lower body, so you just allow your bum to drop down towards your heels, softening up through the shoulders, starting to get rid of some tension that you might build up in your body over the weekend. And then really gently and slowly rock a little bit from left to right. So you kind of rock your hips from left to right, and you just allow your forehead to roll from side to side. So it's like you're giving your forehead, your eyebrows a little bit of a massage up on the mat. The breath is still deep as we start to move. And you maintain the quality of your breath throughout the next sort of 30 minutes or so. Alright, and then coming up into a nice tabletop position, so hands under shoulders, knees under hips, nice and simple, just finding that alignment. And then soften up through your joints. So elbows nice and softly bent, wrists relaxed. Good, and then just find that breath here in this new shape. And start to move through a few rounds of cat-cows, inhaling, arching the spine, chest forwards and up. And exhale to round your spine. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin into the chest. Good. And just do that a few times, nice and slow. Good. Really building that synchronicity between the body and the breath. So it's kind of like a moving meditation. Good. And when you start to move with the breath, start to cultivate a real sense of presence and awareness, making it very difficult to think about anything that's happened in the past or anything that might happen in the future, which is really what causes stress, right? A lack of being present. Okay, so just a few more rounds like that with the breath. Beautiful. And then come back to a neutral spine. You're going to just walk your tabletop a little bit further up towards the top of the mat, so you've got space to stretch the legs back. And we're going to start with the left side. Tuck your left toes, drag the left leg back behind you. You're going to just rock forwards and back on the ball of that left foot. And getting into the calf, getting into the toes. Nice. And then we're going to move into a nice side plank variation, turning your left heel in, toes out, reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. So nice and easy, feel that balance. And then really slowly start to circle out your left arm through space. Left arm all the way up and over, and then back around. Good, and really open up through that left side as you do this. And imagine like your left arm is moving through warm, thick honey. Beautiful. Mindful movement. Change direction. So nice. Come back into tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's just go straight to the other side. Tuck your right toes, drag the right leg back. Beautiful. Rock forwards and back on the ball of that foot. Nice. And then side plank variation on the other side. So right heel comes in this time, right arm reaches up. And then you make space, circling out that right arm all the way up and over, and back through space. Beautiful. Change direction, guys. And then we take it back into your tabletop position. See how that feels. Just go through a few more rounds of cat and cow. Good. Nice. And then we'll eventually come back into neutral spine. And we're going to take it into downward facing dog. So spreading your fingers wide, lots of space between each fingertip. And then tucking all 10 toes underneath you. Slowly start to lift the knees up, send the bum to the ceiling. You're in your downward facing dog. Good. So just for the first few rounds of breath, you can pedal out the feet if that feels good. Or you can just be still. Really, really just be intuitive. Listen to your body, give it what it needs. Just gently, gently awakening it on this Monday morning. The body likes to warm up slowly. Good. Whatever you're doing, slowly and gently come to stillness, dropping the heels down towards the mat. And just let the head kind of hang nice and heavy in between your arms. Allowing the neck muscles to soften and relax. The face muscles to soften and relax. And just nice loose jaw. So when we're stressed, it's really easy to tense up in parts of our body that we don't even realize we're holding on to. So this yoga really brings about awareness to those parts and allows you to let go. All right. From there, walk your hands back towards your feet, come to the back of your mat. And we come to Ragdoll Pose now, so feet hip distance apart, if not a little bit wider. Good, and then a little bit of a softness through the knees, opposite hand to opposite elbow, hang like a ragdoll. Again, head heavy, shoulders relaxed. Good, a few breaths here just to really allow your torso to feel nice and heavy, stretching out the spine, the vertebrae. Then you can gently dangle from left to right, or forwards and back. You can shake the head yes and no, whatever feels nice. Beautiful. And then drop your hands down towards the floor. Good, take a few circles with the shoulders. You really find that space through the shoulder joints. Might feel a little bit clicky, cracky. So just releasing some of that, change direction. Beautiful. Back to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog number 2. Good. Alright. And then from there, look towards your hands. And now we're going to take our feet to the top of the mat to meet your hands. Good. And again, your feet hip width apart. This time straighten up the legs. See how that feels? And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, we're going to roll up through to stand. Good. So you move nice and slow. The head and the shoulders are the last things to come up. Good. And then when you're up, you're going to lift the arms up and over the head, look to your hands. Good, and then just exhale straight over the legs. Again, fold forwards, nice and slow, moving with breath, being very soft and gentle with your body this morning. Soften up through the knees, slowly roll on up through to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Head and shoulders last to come up. Inhale. Arms up and over the head, look to your hands. Beautiful. Exhale, fold and release. Let it go. Making sure this feels really nourishing in your body. A couple more times. Roll up through to stand. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up and over the head, look to your hands. And exhale, fold and release over the legs. How good does this feel, guys? What a way to start your week. Good. One more time. Coming up through to stand. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over the head. Exhale, fold and release. Good. Now just hold it there. And bend up through the legs. And take your right leg back behind you. Come into like a nice low runner's lunge. Good. Then drop the back knee, untuck your toes. And sink on forwards into the hips. So you're nice and heavy through the hips. Good. And try not to put too much weight here on the back knee. You know, the knee joint is really vulnerable. So not too much pressure there. Good. And then you're going to lift the hands up. Good. Lift the arms up. Keep sinking forwards into the hips. Look up towards your hands. Breathe into that. Gorgeous. Good. Hands frame the front foot. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, straighten up through that front leg. Flex the foot, toes point up towards your face. Good. And then inhale, come into a half lift, flat back, nice long spine. And as you exhale, fold and release over that front leg. Whoo! Nice, strong, deep stretch. Really drawing those toes towards your face. And just take a few nice big deep breaths into that. That's one way to wake you up on a Monday morning. Who needs coffee when you've got yoga? Beautiful. All right, slowly. Bend into that front leg. Good, release that. Tuck the back toes and pop the right leg forwards to meet the left. Fold over the legs. Good, just see how that left leg feels in comparison to the right. And then slowly come on up through to stand. Again, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up and over the head, look to your hands. Exhale, fold and release over the legs. Good. Send the hands down, send the left leg back behind you. Good. Drop the left knee, untuck your toes. Sink into the hips. Good. Release your hands all the way up and over the head. Palms face towards each other. Good. Take a look up towards your hands if that feels good. And breathing into that. Nice. Frame the front foot, take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, straighten up through the front leg. Flex the foot, toes towards your face. Good. Inhale, half lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, release. Good. Drop that head down towards the shin. Breathe into that. Toes towards your face. Nice. All right, release that. Come forwards, tuck the back toes, pop the left foot to meet the right, fold over the legs. Good, slowly coming up through to stand. Again, one vertebrae at a time. Good. And then just staying up in a standing position now. Just take a few nice big circles with the shoulders. Beautiful. And then circle out the head. Release the head in one direction. Ooh, nice click there. Release the head in the other direction. And another one. Beautiful. Then just come back to stillness and just drop the arms by your side. Close down the eyes. So in a very simple standing position, just finding your feet on the ground, feeling nice and heavy and grounded through your lower body. And then this sense of lightness and softness through your upper body. Come back to the breath, see how the breath feels now. So Monday morning, see where you're at. Just kind of think about one thing that you want to cultivate this week, whether it's less stress, more peace, more space, whatever it is. Find that thing. And then take a nice big deep breath into that. And then just let it go out through the mouth, sweet release. Good, we're going to do that 2 more times. Nice cleansing, detoxing breath. Breathe in all the way up. Let it go out through the mouth. Beautiful. One more time. Breathe in. Let it go. Nice. Alright, open up the eyes. And then just take your feet together so the feet touch. 2 legs become one. Good. And then we're going to lift the arms up and over the head. Good. You're going to take your left wrist with the right hand and reach the arms up and then over to the right. Good. Sending your hips over to the left. Feel that beautiful stretch all the way down through the left side of your body. Nice. Good. Slowly come back to the center. Take it to the other side. Reach the right wrist up and over to the left. Good. Send the hips over to the right. Good. Find that space. Alright, we're going to do that 1 more time each side. Come back to the center, switch over the crisscross of your wrists, reach up, reach over. Nice. Back to center, switch the crisscross, inhale, exhale. Good, come back to the center. Nice, and then take your feet to hip width apart. Release your hands down to your low back. Good. And then just soften up through the knees. Start to push your hips forwards and come into as much of a back bend as you possibly can. But go really easy and gentle with yourself. Be safe. Good. Keep the head coming forward so that you protect the back of your neck. Good. Just hold it for another 3. And 2. And 1. Slowly release that. Come back. Nice, and then just fold forwards over the legs, release, feel that nice stretch through the low back. Good. And then take your hands down to the floor, walk your feet back into another downward facing dog. Just see how the downward facing dog feels now. Fingers spread wide, really ground down every single part of your hand to the mat. Breath deep. So good. Alright. We're going to take the right leg up and back, come into 3-legged dog. And then we're going to stretch the right hip above the left hip. Stack the hips. Bend that right leg. And try and get your heel towards your butt cheek. Finding space through that right side. Nice. And then inhale, bring the knee to the chest, hold it there, hover. Using that upper body strength, you can do it. Good, drop the foot in between your hands. Come into a low runner's lunge again. This time, keep the back knee off the mat. Good, just take a nice full deep breath in. And as you exhale, straighten up through the front leg. Drop the head down to the shin. So pyramid pose. Similar to the previous, a little bit deeper. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Beautiful. Bend the front leg, downward facing dog. Nice. From here, inhale, lift your heels up, rise up onto the balls of the feet, stretch out those toes. Exhale, drop the heels down. Good, left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Stack the hips, left hip bone over right hip bone, bend the leg. Find that space. Beautiful. Nice, knee to chest, hold and hover. Again, upper body strength, you are so much stronger than you think. Good, put that foot in between your hands, coming into that low runner's lunge. Just sink on into it. Good, and then take a nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, straighten up through the front leg. Drop the head down to the shin. A couple of breaths there. All right. Downward facing dog, guys. Back in. Good. And then inhale, come forwards, float into a plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, heels over toes. Good, again, just using your upper body strength, activating your core, belly, sucking in. Good, big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Final downward facing dog of the morning. So if you want to pedal out the feet, go for it. Wiggle the hips, shake the head, do what you got to do. Good. Then come to stillness, take a nice full deep breath in. And just let it go out through the mouth. Good. Look to your hands, bend the legs, walk, step. Some of you might even want to jump your feet forwards to the top of the mat and fold and release. Let it go. Good. And then bend the legs, send the bum down towards the heels. Good. And then drop the bum all the way down onto the floor. Good. All right, so transitioning from being on our feet to down on our bottom, take the soles of your feet together. Good, send the bum a little bit further back, so you've got about 2 hands distance between your hips and your feet. Good, and then we're going to come forwards into butterfly pose, walking the hands out in front of you, dropping the head down towards your feet. So nice, again, restorative, grounding forward fold. Good, head just nice and heavy, relaxed. Spine is rounding. Shoulders are soft. And so a real sense of just letting go. Muscles relaxed. Breath deep. Good, eyes closed. Creating space in your mind and your body and your breath. All right, couple more breaths there. Nice, and then slowly come on up. Head and shoulders last to arise. Good. And then we're going to lie down onto our backs. Good. And hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug, nice bit of love. Good. And then gently rock from left to right, side to side. Give that lower back a little bit of a massage. Coming back to the center. Stretch the left leg out, keep that right knee hugging in. Good, so hug that right knee in as much as you can and then over towards the right. So it's like you're opening up through that right hip bone, right hip joint. Good, and then circle out through the right ankle, the right foot. Good. One direction, other direction. Again, you might release a few clicks, a few cracks. That's cool. All good stuff. Good. Right leg comes all the way over to the left. You come into a nice deep spinal twist. Release your right hand over to the right. Take the gaze there. And just really relax into that. Right shoulder heavy. Belly soft. Good. Slowly back to the center. And switch sides. Hug the left knee in, stretch the right leg out. Good. Pull that left knee in and over to the left. Good. Circle out your left foot. Left ankle joint. Think about our feet, our ankle joints take our full body weight every single day. So just giving that area a little bit of love. Change direction. Take the leg from the left all the way over to the right, coming into your spinal twist. Good. Stretch the left arm over to the left. Take the gaze there and breathe. And twists in yoga are thought to be very detoxing, very cleansing shapes. So inhale the good stuff and exhale the bad stuff. The stuff that you don't need, the stuff that's not serving you. Beautiful. Slowly come back to the center. Good. Hug both knees in towards the chest. Last little gentle rock from left to right. Nice. And then we're going to squeeze ourselves into a tiny, eeny, weeny little ball. Forehead to knees, knees to forehead. Kind of bring it all in. Shrug it in. Squeeze the muscles in your face. Take a big, big deep breath in all the way up to the top. And then exhale. Let it go. Release the arms, release the legs. You're in your final resting position. We've made it into Shavasana. So if you've never done yoga before, this is how we end every yoga class, just lying down on our backs. Nice and relaxed. Eyes closed. Allowing the whole of your body to receive all of that goodness. The breathing, the stretching, and the slowing down. Beautiful. Just stay for a few more breaths. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Alright, from there everybody slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch the arms up and over the head, nice full body stretch. Take a nice full breath in and a full breath out. Good, hug the knees to the chest. And just come on up into a nice, comfortable, cross-legged seated position, closing off the practice all together, sitting up nice and tall, resting your hands onto your thighs in your lap. Relax the shoulders, close down the eyes. Just take the last few moments to tune into your breath and see how you feel. And try and take this feeling away with you into your Mondays, into your week. Beautiful. Hands together to prayer position. Connect your thumbs to your chest. Take a nice full deep breath in all the way up to the top. Let it go out through the mouth. Good. One more of those. Big breath in. Let it go. And then you bow your head to your hands.